morning was Rebecca's guest, right? Who was it supposed to be?
It's a good question. I'm glad you asked.
I
Rebecca
forget.
herself.
Rebecca was going to teach through the Horizon planning deal.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
Where are you at?
What's that? Is that me?
Yeah, where are you at?
In my living room, we have 16 people staying with us this weekend.
Holy crap.
Well, there
Yeah,
you go.
So you got relegated to the living room?
well, there's people everywhere in my office, everywhere. So we call it Thanks Christmas. So Chrissy's family comes in, and yeah, I think we're at 16. I think staying with us,
That's
and
awesome.
in addition to the 4 that already live here.
Hey guys, how you doing? I would just like to take a minute, if you guys don't mind, and just say thank you to all of you. I am now, since being licensed last year and joining you guys and all the stuff you guys have thrown out there, the nuggets have taught me. I got a little over 2 million now in managed accounts, and I am so elated and happy. And again, thank you guys so much for answering my questions, for all the information you share. And I tell you, I am just I don't have the words, but I'm so grateful and thankful for you guys. Thank you again.
That's awesome. That is
Thanks for
great.
showing up, Jimmy. Let's have the battle.
Hey,
look at that.
in case he doesn't say it again, Tom was telling me just a few minutes ago, he's like 2 grand away from going over his second diamond.
That's
Nice.
awesome. Well,
Yeah, that's awesome.
we
Yes,
got
Tommy.
Dano here. He just
Dano.
went over his
Dano.
third diamond, baby. Look at that smile.
know.
That's a
Look
three
at
diamond
Dano.
smile right there, boy.
Look,
What?
apparently you go over 3 diamonds and you show up on time.
Oh man.
He was able to finally delegate some stuff.
Well,
Okay,
you got.
Dano,
He's,
I know
he's
you're
muted,
talking,
so
but
he
you're
can't-
muted.
He
So,
looks like he's talking, but I don't know.
but you just drive. You drive, bud. You don't need to get no wreck.
No, I just saying, now that I'm actually making money, I can buy a watch.
Hey, Dana, does your POL fee go up with 3 diamonds?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked.
Let us know.
Yeah.
At 300, you don't have to look. It just happens, right? You just don't
Yeah.
care.
Oh yeah, it'll go.
Congrats, Dano.
Yeah, congratulations, man.
Congrats.
It's awesome, bro. Now you can start building towards that ownership, man. You got yourself a business.
Yep.
Yeah. Start recruiting.
Yeah. Yeah. I just wanted to try to make sure I could go 300 on my own pin. Now maybe I'll go get some recruits.
There you go. Oh, is that what we got to do?
Only if I had it my way. The wife hates the mustache already, but I'm doing it as a punk on my son. So
Yeah.
holidays with a stash.
Well, Ray went over 400. He's got the Fu Manchu thing going on or whatever, right? So
unfortunately, Ray had that at 40,000 or 4,000 as a part-time rep. So no, I didn't get an upgrade or nothing. So.
Oh me.
And it's the same situation. Penny doesn't care much for anything beyond just the little goatee look or whatever you call that. So
yeah,
we've tried it a couple of times. It's just not one of her things. So happy
my household. If Chrissy don't like it, I do it. So, but that's my household.
You notice the women are not saying anything, guys. I'm just wondering if y'all noticing this.
Hey, life is the way it is. What it is, man. I got strict rules.
Yeah. There's some women that love the beard. My wife, she doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like a beard. I like them trimmed though. I don't like them messy. I don't like them messy.
Maybe just as importantly, my granddaughter doesn't like to give me a little sugar on the cheek with it when it's got whiskers on it either. So we like to keep it smooth for her too. So
there you go.
Hey, look at Charlie. Charlie, we started dogging on you over there. Look at that. He's stroking his like, hey, he's got a man thing going on there.
Did anybody text Rebecca to see, because she was having computer issues?
I did text her.
Well, no, hey, you guys remember that show back? I mean, it was from Canada. Was it called the Red Green Show? You remind me of one of those guys on the Red Green Show. No, yeah.
Is that on RFD TV?
I don't remember. I just remember watching it a long time ago. It was come on kind of late at night. It was a Canadian comedy, so you can imagine how that was. It wasn't super funny, but it was kind of good. Yeah, no, but I liked it. I ended up watching it. People didn't get it, but that's my sense of humor. So whatever.
Rest of us were trying to process paperwork, Steve, late at night like that. We didn't have time. We couldn't watch those good TV shows.
That was okay.
Yeah, that was mine and Penny's time to process paperwork was, 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. That's
Ugh, gross.
And I was out recruiting, so I was missing.
Oh
all
yeah,
of that.
yeah. That's
there you go.
believable. Oh my God.
Man, the comedians are abounding this morning.
No.
And not Canadian either, like American comedians, right?
Yeah.
All right. So what's your Christmas wish list? What's the one thing you're asking for that you're definitely not going to get?
Man,
Apparently,
one,
you're
but
just not
multiple,
asking in
Debbie.
the right place. 'cause I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure-
that was plural.
Yes.
Goodness.
Holy crud. I love it, Debbie. Thank you.
well, I've sent messages to Rebecca 2
I'm here.
places.
She's here.
She's here.
Yes, there we
She's
go.
You
My
had to
internet,
change.
I gotta call and chew some butts over at AT&T because my internet stinks this morning.
Oh man.
I know.
You sure it's not the
Do-
operator?
Do you have a
I'm
hotspot, Becca? Do you have a hotspot on your phone?
Yep.
Sometimes you can use that. Just
That's
not
true.
for now, but
Well,
you know,
because my iPad's working now, so
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
yeah, I'm on my
sometimes you can use your
instead.
hotspot instead of the
Mhm.
internet if it collides. I do that when I go to hotels.
Yep.
Hey, Rebecca, you're on.
Yep. I am now.
No, like you're presenting.
No.
Yes.
What?
Oh, boy.
You're doing the Horizon thing from last, remember?
Yeah.
Apparently the internet is not going to your head in the last week.
You don't remember saying that, Rebecca?
Y'all were serious?
Yeah. we're
Yes.
serious. Okay, now you just have to do it on the fly.
Do I have to make a blonde joke now?
No.
do it.
All right.
Do
So,
it.
all right, hold on.
Do you want to record or no?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Can we
Oh,
start right
yeah.
now? Can we get the fumbling on record?
Well, no, it's not that. Is if
Recording
I
in
can get on my
progress.
There you
computer, I
go.
can do it, right? But if let me keep trying. Oh, maybe it's now letting me. Okay, hold on. All right, I can do this.
That's a real pro that does spur of the moment there. That's it. That's the real deal.
He's a stud.
Right.
I'm telling you.
I can do it.
So
Are you-
Ray, while she's bringing that up, I know, like you said, what would you say some good ideas, to attract or systems that you have put in place that help to get you over the 300,000 this year and last year?
We met a couple. We went over 300 and 400 both in the last 6 months. And my wish list includes another diamond before Christmas, but I think that's another level. That'll be an act of God. That's not just a Santa Claus thing. That's an act of God only possibility there.
Mine
We
too.
listened to we had coffee, lunch, supper, breakfast, something with 3 or 4 different high producers at the convention. And we went back and implemented, we tried to actually be coachable and do some of the things we were suggested we do, including improving our office staff. We now have a second person helping us and making lots of phone calls and emails and text messages and all that kind of stuff, just in having more touches with our client base that were beyond the email received from our home office. And ultimately, a lot of it really is just a matter of being in business for 25 and a half years and being persistent with follow-up for at least 15 of those. We've been blessed. The things happen, and I think it's almost cheating. Who was it that said it? Well, crap, I forgot. Dano said it. We've been focused on only one thing, and that's finding more assets. And we weren't focused on. We chose to not focus on building, which means it's all at this point Ray and Penny. But we over the last few months, the last couple of business schools, I've been talking with some other people, and now we're looking at bringing on a few advisors, and we're strictly talking about investments. We're promoting investments. We are leading with investments. We are recruiting by investments, and so we're hopefully by the next convention we'll be having at least a small team of advisors. I say small, 5 to 10, that are licensed, fully licensed, productive advisors, that type thing. And then me continue the same path I've been on while giving a few hours every week or every day or whatever to helping train some new folks, but no more babysitting. I'm beyond that. We have too much leverage. We have too much momentum. If they're not serious, I'm not phone calling them every day to remind them to take their life class or
No,
study for their test, that type of.
no.
We're only talking to people. Well, this isn't stuff we're projecting. We haven't accomplished anything. I have one guy that just recently passed his 63, so he is licensed, but everything else is just a projection. So who knows? But we're looking for, number one, I like you. Number two, and really, I'm going through my client base and my contact list. I like you. I think you have a reasonable chance to pass all the securities tests, and you have a market. That was it.
Absolutely.
Good.
Something just changed on my
But
end.
you know, I have to admit, because Jimmy Myers had his annual review last year, and he said, I come to the realization that we have two businesses, not one. One is the investment side, and he promoted everything that they did, and the other side is the building side. He says, I'm never at this particular point going to put you guys together if that's not what you want to be. And I love the fact that he says both businesses generate over $1 million in income. And so you can have two types of businesses. It's just that when we're talking about, we're not going to be talking about it all at the same time. He says we're going to be talking about on this side, we're going to be talking about recruiting and management. On the other side, we're going to be talking about investments and everything. You get to choose which side, just choose the side. But this is the first year he acknowledged both sides.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot more leaders coming to that. I will tell you this, my vision has grown after talking with enough people and listening to enough people. We had a family meeting. That's what we call them at our house, when we kind of call all the kids together, say, okay, we need everybody here. They're very good about showing up. It only happens once or twice a year. And we went through we reminded them of our family business. And I told them, for the first time in my career, I can actually see the opportunity for us to be $1 million earner. It's a ways out. It's not going to be by this convention or nothing, because we don't do.
But it could be before this. It could be before this convention, the way you're going.
Well, I would like to think so, but only through an act of God. We don't have enough. I'm worried. I'm just hoping to go over 500, 600,000, that kind of thing. But I do foresee. I can see a timeline where we're 750 5 years out and $1 million before 10 years out. That kind of, I think that's a reasonable possibility, even without dramatic changes in our business and building RVPs, which we're not using that term, but we're using the term broker for RVP in our business.
Yes.
Analyst, advisor, senior advisor, and broker are the 4 terms I'm using in promoting our new business. And just some ideas for y'all. Again, that's all projecting. That none of that got us where we are. Singular focus and some blessings from God, some favor, and a bunch of great clients that introduce me to people. I get calls now literally every week. It's happened just like Bruce was in the same hierarchy. It's happened just like they told us it would. That we have a big enough business and been in business long enough now to where every week I get phone calls and text messages saying, I need you to talk to so-and-so. And sometimes they're $1,000 with $100 a month, and sometimes they're $250,000. So just pray and praise for continued favor.
You said you also added 2 office managers, one that just makes phone calls and the other one that does paperwork.
We are now in the we have had one now for a period of time. And we've hired a second one more recently, and we're actually splitting up there. One of them is strictly my executive assistant, only dealing with investments. The other helper is now going to be helping Penny with life insurance stuff, EOTs, home office follow-up, some social media stuff, that kind of thing. But they have totally separate jobs and will be go through the process of us monitoring them totally separately. They don't do any of the same thing. So we'll see. It's all projecting. We don't know, but that's we're kind of following some steps that we were suggested with some other, like I said, some really high income earners. Now they're $1 million earners, but they're basically investment advisors that have done extremely well.
Gotcha. So
trying to be coachable.
Compensation a year, would you say what, 50,000 a year? Office, what would you say the compensation on those office managers?
Not yet, because they're both, one of them is dually working on being an advisor. He's the guy that just passed his test and helping us in the office at the same time. And he's really, I hope to be 20 hours a week. He's also in college right now, his senior year. And so he's managing school, getting his licensing, and working with me part-time. It's more like 15 hours a week. The new person is going to start off at 15 hours a week, helping with life insurance, with the goal of both of them growing those numbers.
Okay.
Hey, are y'all seeing my iPad screen?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're seeing it.
You're good.
Okay.
We
So
see
I
you
guess
fly-
do it like this because I still can't get, my computer. So I don't know what's wrong. But anyway, so were you finished? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It may
go ahead.
help
I
you.
just, no, I'm good.
Okay,
Anybody else had any
Rebecca, on
questions?
your iPad, can you swipe the image on the bottom right to the right on the iPad so that way swipe it to the right.
It was on the right. It says left.
It's
But
on your
swipe it
picture.
off the screen to the right, off the screen to the left, or
Yeah,
just
it'll
get it
go
off.
off the screen. You'll make a little arrow.
Oh,
so
look
you
at
just
that.
swipe it all over.
Oh,
And then if you turn the camera off.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
Perfect.
So, when you get on the site, you go into the investment planner, and then you'll hit spend, right? And so then you can hit edit, and you can put in, so you can either put in everything in one account, and you can choose qualified, non-qualified, or you can add several different accounts in initial amount. You can put some, qualified, and then later on you can do for Roth. But if you plan for multiple accounts, oh gosh, all right, I'm just gonna leave that for later. But so do you see the pop-up?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, just check because I have a problem with that too. So anyway, you can put you've got some non-qualified in there. You've got all, so you can do that. You can choose their details, add a spouse, so she's maybe 67. He went fishing in the mature pond, and so then do you want to base it on 4, 5, 6? I just always 6. I mean, you can look at 4 but the 4 doesn't usually hardly ever work anymore. So to just play around with that, you can look at how long, so whatever their age is, 20 years. I think, it's reasonably good because that's mortality, but you can change the years, how much they want to spend a year. So, you can, and if they're not doing it now, like if they don't need it till 70, again, you can put the age in there. And then, there's different, like you can divide it into 2. I just never do. I mean, I usually lump what they want into 1. Do you adjust for inflation? I always do. So security, you can put, either what they're getting, and you can adjust for inflation or cost of living. They'll give you 2. You can edit that number, but let's say they're getting, I don't know, 2,500, and they're starting, let's just put maybe 67. And so then other income, are they getting, from RMDs, what you're wanting to take, things like that. So you can put all of this in there. So if we're going to put, let's say, I don't know, 45,000 from RMD. Okay, legacy wealth, if they ask for it, and then it already puts our fee in there, the maximum, so we can't change that. There's all kinds of stuff you can put. Do you want, that many in stocks, or if you're using, mutual fund, you can look down here at the bottom and they'll tell you. You can put if there's a Benny IRA in there. There's somewhere in here I know you can put Roth.
Isn't there a place to put annuity too, or would you do that other?
I just put that up here with up here and put qualified. I've not seen where there's annuity in there, and then just I view illustration, and it'll tell you are they gonna make it or not? And so you can look at it different ways. You can look at what the spend is gonna be and go through all that, because of course they do it, what is that, Monte Carlo, they go back, and then you can look at it graphically too, right there.
Oh, that's cool.
So, take that
And
out.
that's using it at 6, the real spin 6.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, I don't necessarily use the real spin 6, but in the probability of success, that's if, and you then just go back and change, like it'll tell you initial 6. Okay, if they have 5, or if they have, go back in and change those. You can just edit your parameters. Oh, okay, well, I meant to put 500. How does that change my parameters? Well, I bet that changes it a lot. But so this is what I use, and I'll put this in front of a client and say, and I'll start off with Nick's, because he likes the horizon, the 3 phases, the accumulation, the preservation, and the distribution. So he'll use that, and then you can just go through and you can, like I've used this to show people, and I'll do it live sometimes. Oh, well, because they'll say, well, we need 60,000 from the, okay, what if we needed 70? What if we only needed 40? So you can change that. It brings it up quick, so you can change it in real time. I'll always usually start with one and take it with me, but if they want, to look at it, because it'll show you what part Social Security plays, that very small part, it'll show what, so if Social Security is larger, it'll, it's a very thorough,
So Rebecca, this is
where
this is
you
just
are, and then you do, what if I take Social Security a year later? Okay, well, let's put that in there. So, I mean, you can run these real time, and it's just always been helpful to me to use that on the distribution, because I haven't seen anything else that we have that'll let me, do it in real time, so you can give them an idea and change things, but also come up with a report that you can show up with if you've already done those types of things and made those decisions. So,
Rebecca, can't you also put their actual investments in each one of those designations that you use?
Yep.
Because this is not showing real spend 6, it's just showing spending 6%, right?
Right. Yeah, because I don't actually use the real, and you can go, there's all kinds of stuff in here, y'all. Go over here, let's see, risk assist, if you want to do in that, I think you gotta go in that one. If you're actually gonna use the real risk assist, and then you can,
Right.
see the different ones there. And you can
But
go in, but
But I believe whoever asked about it was correct on the VA, that you can put the VA, the actual investments, the managed accounts, whatever you're using in
okay.
there, get actual.
And there's in one of these other tabs, the accumulation or the preservation. Because I don't really use those. That's what I mean, is I just mainly use the distribution planner. So there's some, if
Right.
you maybe in the accumulation, you can do that, and it'll show you, So, and you get there by hold on. So I have it in my pro.horizoninvestments.com. And you've got to get a login and all that stuff. But I mean, it's so we can all have it. If you have your managed license, you can get it and have it.
So I use this exactly the same way as Rebecca is saying it now. Somebody asked about an annuity earlier. I put in, if you have an income rider on it, I put that in other income stream. So if you go to edit, Rebecca.
Up here on the income?
We're still seeing your accumulation.
I was gonna say, I don't know if yeah. Go to the distribution planner, exactly.
Yep,
Like,
and then,
your button's orange, mine's not normally orange. Okay, it's green. Yeah, so then click on edit, and then where it says, go down a little bit.
I didn't hear that. I'm sorry, because my
Go down a
internet's
little
like-
bit.
Go down.
Oh, yeah, scroll down just a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, so under other
Under
income
spending
right
stream?
there, that's where I put annuity income.
In the spending stream like that?
So so if, nope.
Nope.
That would be
Okay.
another source of spending. So under Social Security, where it says other income, no, you were in the right spot. Go down.
I was, okay.
Right
Do
there.
you see where it says Social Security? Do
I
you see
think
where
y'all
it
have
says
a
Social
lag from what
Security?
think y'all are seeing a lag because every time you stop me,
Yeah, there's a little bit of lag. So go to Social Security, and then right underneath Social Security, you'll see other income.
okay.
Stop, you went past it.
Yep, I know. I'm starting at the top and just go, okay. So under Social Security, add Social Security stream.
Okay,
Right there, stop.
Right there.
I wasn't moving. See, that's what I'm saying is there's a lag. I wasn't moving. I wasn't even touching it. So I hit under Social Security.
Okay, am I
hit-
back? I changed my internet, you guys, so hopefully it's a little bit better.
I need to.
It sounds better now.
Okay.
So another spending
So-
stream. Is that it?
No. Nope. So delete those two spending streams. And then
Delete. Hmm.
And then, do you see where it says Social Security?
Yeah.
And then do you see, there's, like, it says adjust this amount yearly, adjust this amount yearly. You can delete
Other
both
income
Social
stream?
Security. Yes, that doesn't say stream. That doesn't say income stream. That is other income.
Other income.
That would be coming in from, like, if they're working a job, or if they're taking annuity income, or if they have pension income. That's where I put
Gotcha.
all of this. The only thing I
Okay.
don't like about this is I wish you could label it. Because if they have a pension, an annuity, and they work part-time, which is not unheard of where I come from, you put 3 different things in so you can see it in the details of the report, but when you go to the actual report, it just shows one lump amount. So you have to remember that, well, okay, so also that's going to be annually. That says annual amount, so you put 3,000 in annually, you're going to want to put 36,000
Yeah.
and 24,000.
And it just gives you one lump. It adds these in. Okay.
It's going to add those together.
Okay.
And so I have to tell the client, and sometimes I make a little note. If I'm meeting with them in person, I'll draw on it, which you're probably not supposed to do, but whatever. And I'll say, this
Why
was
does
your
this-
job and your pension.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's adjust this one. Probably Social Security will adjust.
And so you could even say, like maybe the 24,000 is a part-time job. Maybe they're going to do that for the next 5 years. So you could put the end date 5 years away.
Right.
So I really like this distribution planner because you can customize it so much like this. And to answer, somebody else asked the question, this isn't really using Real Spend 6. Yes, it is. This is using the investment portfolio of Real Spend 6 to grow it by whatever the Real Spend 6 portfolio would grow by, but then also to spend the 6%.
Think about that. So, well, what the parameters that it uses is the real spend, but I think what they're meaning is like, do I actually use it?
Oh yeah, no, I don't actually.
Yeah, right. Right. That's what it uses. Yeah. And I think the real spend is actually fairly conservative, and like I said, if I really want to look at the most conservative, I'll look at the 4. But it gives me an idea, and we just don't have this. That's why one of my suggestions in the F&A was to have something like this, right? And because you see on your where the job where they stopped working, they had that job. So I mean, it really does, cover a lot of the parameters. You can see when you're going to have the most money and things like. I mean, you can move that along. Got the numbers here, so. Yeah.
The other thing that I'll give a tip on with this is if you save it, if you click create a client report, I will oftentimes title it what my option was for them. So I'll say like SS65, like Social Security at 65, job 5
Okay.
years, and then like, whatever your unique thing was. Because oftentimes I'll have a few
Right.
different scenarios that I've run for them, and I want to remember which one is which. And when you title it like that, it will print that on the bottom of every page. So on the bottom of every page, you will be able to see what your option is.
And at a Franklin Templeton seminar thing I just went to in Boston, Home Office says any of these things that we run with a client's name on it, we have to put them in virtual base shop and on their tiles. So don't forget about doing that.
I rarely put their
They
name on it.
recommended putting our own name on there so we don't ever have to post it in virtual base shop. Just saying.
That's a great idea. I mean, the other thing that I'll say on that note is I have found if you don't actually run that client report or on that the side where Rebecca was showing that, it will not save it to Horizon's website. So if you are like just running a few ideas with the client on like in front of them, and then you go, oh, what was that one that we did? If you didn't run the report, it will not save it. So you'll have to remember what all your assumptions were and go back in and do it later.
That's
So
right.
that's just another tip that I have messed up many times.
I'm seeing if it'll let me show the actual report that it comes out. But
So it sounds like to me that initials is the way to go.
Initials, or you can number them, I suppose. Something other than a name.
Or put sample client with the initials. That's what I
Yeah.
do. When they always ask me what's the name of the client, I said sample client. And then put the initials on it, myself. So that way I don't have to keep track of it in there.
Any questions? Anything y'all want me to run on this, or to see if it works, or?
Hey, just a just a FYI on the actual real spend. The real spend 6 is invested much more aggressively than the 5 and the 4 because the conservative part of real spend is the 3 years in reserve. But if you're spending 6, they're going to invest more aggressively because they know they have to make more money to accomplish the 6.
That's right.
So it's a pretty cool concept if you got somebody that's wanting to do that and be conservative at the same time. So the 3-year reserves is the conservative part. Everything else is typically always fully invested.
Has anyone
Missy, you can
used
change.
Has anyone used the Vestify inside of here?
Yes,
Not used
I
it yet.
have, and I hated it.
Oh, you
I
hate
will
it?
just say.
Okay.
I
I
had
felt
So
like
we
I
move from historical to assumptions. Y'all just watch. I'm gonna keep playing with it while Emma's talking and Charlie's.
You know what
I
the
was just going to.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say I've played with it 2 or 3 times, and I found it to be not as helpful as I'd wanted it to be. But I did it when they very first released it, and I had called the wholesaler and said like, what is going on with this? It seems like the calculations aren't quite working properly, and it's not loading properly. There's a lot of errors. And he goes, well, they literally released it this week, so give them a couple weeks, and it will probably resolve it. I haven't played with it since.
Yeah, so that's
Do we want to get somebody on to from Horizon to go over this?
I think that'd be a good idea. The Vestify is supposed to be a financial planning tool. It's in the bar on the left-hand side below the home. I played with it when it first came out, and then they took it away. And now that it's back, I haven't done anything.
Yeah, I had my
If
intern
y'all
show
want,
me, but I don't remember.
if y'all want, I'm going. So Shannon and I are going to the Horizon event in January. Because I haven't used them in years, but I use the tool. So as Nick says, you gotta gotta stay informed and keep informing yourself. So I'm going to give them another chance. So I'm going, and I can bring back, whatever, show you what I'm doing. So that's end of January.
With the tool that you were using, Rebecca, in the
This,
past, that you could show a historical, but you couldn't save it. So I've had to print it
yeah,
by myself as a PDF or something separately from the program itself.
yeah. See, so you can show, and again, look how different the 4 looks from the 6, like, and the historical looks. Like you've got, it's the historical, but
We're seeing
you
your
can go
picture,
back.
You're
not your
not sharing.
computer. Yeah.
It stopped
We can
sharing.
see
Really?
your lovely face, Rebecca.
Gosh, on the iPhone, how do I get back there? Chihuahua. Okay, hold on.
So the Vestify says include annuities on it.
Share. I don't want to share.
I think that's coming soon.
Oh, yeah, you're right, Charlie. Sorry.
But anyway, if y'all want me to show, like, or did I lose y'all?
No, we're here.
I
We're
was gonna say
seeing
that's
what's on your
typical for
screen
mine.
that says everything on your screen, including notifications, will be recorded.
Yeah. So
The story in the morning.
we're Becca. Becca, just go ahead and share your screen now. Don't try to stop anything. Just go ahead and share your screen. Like go to Horizon. Yeah. Just don't touch anything inside. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
They're showing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, it'll, like, you can go to, I went to 4% instead, and then I went to historical instead of, so again, where was that? So see here, I went to 4 from 6, and then I went to historical mode, and I forget where that happened. Right here. So instead of assumptions, I went to historical. Because in the FNA, and the reason I did that once or twice, because in the FNA, they make you, once they retire, they make you show historical instead of assumptions. So I just started doing that. But you can go back and forth between those, and then but the historical, you can choose the year. Do you want to go back 20 years? Do you want to go 30? How long are we predicting the spend for? If they're retiring at 60, we might go back 30 years. So it'll let you go back as many years as you want. You can put more equities here if you want, which I tend to do, especially if it's in a Agenta, and I can look at it, I know how much equities it is. You can put, all in there.
Doesn't it show you your success rate?
Look,
Your
it won't
odds
me
of
do
success somewhere?
my what success?
Odds of success.
Yeah, where it says probability of success, 99%.
Right here on the right there, yeah, and it'll change. So, let's see, it goes back to, that's what I'm saying is you got to be careful, like what Charlie said. It'll go back to your initial, because remember that had a million, but I had put in another 500,000. So once you make one, you've really got to be careful that it doesn't change once you change a certain number of parameters, it'll just default back to what you had in the beginning. So you can see what I have one thing there and then a couple there. You can set somewhere, and again, I don't remember there, but you can set like how you want your default to be. I don't remember it. And then taxes, looking, it'll take you directly down there. It'll bounce in between those. So anyway, yeah, it's a good little tool. And like I said, I may learn something earth shattering in January. In North Carolina, I don't know. But if I do, I will bring it back. So if we want to wait, I mean, we can bring Horizon in before then, or if we want to just wait, that's up to y'all. But I will do that if I'll bring back whatever anyway, but I'll present on that if you want me to.
Yeah, get with them and see when they've got availability for January.
Well, that's what I mean is I'm going there in January. Like they're flying me out there in January.
When? When in January?
The last
Oh, then maybe look at February then,
yeah.
and schedule a time for have them on.
Yeah, I don't know, she's got this 27th through 29th. So I suppose the Friday the 30th, I may not have much time to prepare. So maybe the week after that. So maybe the 6th of February, but
Who's the Horizon? I don't even know because I haven't talked to them in a while.
yeah, I don't know either. Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't have any, I had a good relationship with James Tavares when he was there, but I haven't
My
talked to
internal
anybody
is
since.
Tucker, and
Okay.
then Bobby Shanahan is my external. I don't
Do
know if
you
that,
like do you like Bobby?
yeah, he's fine. He's I mean, he's a super nice guy. Um, Tucker's the
Like
one
when
that's
they say,
always,
"Is she hot?" She's got a great personality. Just
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, it wasn't a stellar
he's.
review.
Do you like him? Oh, he's super nice. But is he good? Is he informative? Is he helpful?
well, obviously I can't comment on whether he's good or not. I haven't done that much business with Horizon, so um,
Either. Yeah.
I've got one really
My
big client with them. So
just a
You didn't
heads
get the
up.
invite, Bruce? Apparently
cool.
Rebecca just, gets invites everywhere, because she's got not a great personality.
Just a heads up on Horizon. If you're using them for non-qualified, you need to. They have a mutual fund
No,
one, and yeah. So
they changed it.
they changed what because of the wash rules.
They so
an
you're
ETF
accurate. They went to a mutual fund platform, and then now they went back to ETFs.
ETF. Okay.
Right. So that was a recent change within the last 6 months.
And dropping the manager fee.
Right.
The other thing is when I've used these proposals, and you're right. If you don't save it, and you can't remember anything. So I had a design for the name. So like if it was Tom Coulter, I would have TC, and then I'd do like RS6 for Real Spin 6, and then I'd have in SS and a Social Security amount, and a VA and a VA amount, just in the title, so that when I go back, I would know what I did. If that makes any sense? So you save it like that, and you could have 5 or 6 proposals then, and see just by looking at the title, figure it out. And it makes it a lot easier.
Cool.
And could that be put in your notes? Well, Jorge, he would know that. You could put that into your notes, a copy of it once you save
Yep.
it as a PDF, put it into your notes in CRM. It
Yeah.
doesn't have
Does
to go into
anybody?
the.
Yeah. Does anybody on here use them? Because I haven't heard any.
I actually do.
I do too.
I have
I do as well.
Okay, so pipe up, give us some knowledge.
I use it for more
I mean-
conservative folks.
yeah, me too.
And I use like the medium risk assist because that has the lowest bracket. So if it goes down 12%, it's going to cash. By 14%, it's all in cash. So my risk averse clients, I'll put them into the moderate with risk assist. I don't go out any longer. Once in a while, I might go with a growth, but
And do you use which one do you use? 4, 5, or 6 most often?
I don't have anybody in spend right now. I did
Okay.
have somebody.
You're just an accumulation.
Yeah. So what I do even in the distribution phase is I'd have them in the moderate because it would be more aggressive and just be taking money out of it rather than doing a spend model.
I have a few people in spend. I've got people who are taking RMDs that are in spend.
Okay.
Yeah. I've actually been pleased with surprisingly pleased with some of my spend ones, the real spend 5, because she's taking money out and she's got more money than she ever put in the first place, which I'm kind of surprised at. The only thing that I've talked to the wholesalers about that always makes me feel a little twisted is because they'll send us a message saying that it went up and then the market goes down, but then say the market's down, but they went up because it's on the day before. So it feels like is that timing the market? Because it just kind of feels weird because it's always a lag day, but they say it's because of the algorithms. That's what they've explained to me. But
Well, Debbie, 100% they're timing the market. 100% they are.
Yeah, they're tactical. They're going to.
Yeah.
I do like that though, because it's showing, and you could talk to the client and say if there's a client that's really, what's going on. Well, it just ratcheted up today, and you get that email or whatever.
But it ratchets us up on a down day, which that part's weird to me. That part I think is just strange because it's like a day lagged all the time. But the other thing that's handy is you can go in and see when it last ratcheted which way and tell them that information. That's kind of handy to say, don't worry about it. They're tactical. They're moving this where it needs to be. And, that's handy in the background too.
Yeah.
And as they explain, there's always going to be a lag. That's what they said. That's just, so we're going to lag on the up, but we're going to lag on the down. Well, that's okay. But since the market's up the majority of the time, it's just, it's a harder explanation, if you will.
I use it. It sounds like exactly like the other people on this call. I use it with more conservative clients, especially people that really don't like market volatility. And even on real spend, there is the risk assist still on there. And so people who are nervous like that. And same, I can't remember who just said it. Was it Debbie? I have a gal that I put in. She's taken RMDs and she's got more in there than she put in while taking money out. So I think it's for the right situation. I think Real Spend is a fantastic product.
And you can use Real Spend without Risk Assist as well.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
So what would be the arguments for and against using the risk assist?
Well,
mine against is you can't time the market.
Yeah. The good side is you have a lower limit of your exposure in the market.
Yeah.
The bad side is when the market comes back, you don't get those, because when the market comes back, you get substantial increases and you miss out of that. So you're kind of averaging it out. You might be.
You don't capture the lows, but you don't capture the highs.
Right. So you might be down 14%, even though the market's down 35%. But when the market starts coming back up, you're down at 14%. It starts going back in. So it takes this out, but it doesn't you don't get the big bang on the upside either.
I think it's more like an alternative to a structured annuity in a sense.
Yes, it is.
I think I have maybe one client, but they're super conservative in the real spend risk assist. I've got a few that are in the spend. I got one or two that's in the spend 5, one's in the spend 6. I like them because I used to, on the retail side, people that were withdrawn, I would put about 1.5 to 2 years of income in a money market account and draw whatever they need from that. And then each year I would go back, I put reminders in my calendar to go back and look and see, okay, market's up. So yeah, let's go ahead and fill that bucket back up. With real spend, I don't have to do it. And they do a better job.
So you were doing the risk assist by yourself, but now you're letting them do it for you.
Yeah.
Same thing, same result.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they get, maybe not as good as results as I would, but it's a lot less work for me. And because one time I forgot to do it on a client and hey, why was my check only $11 this? I'm like, that's a good question. Let me see. So I don't know, but I'll get that fixed for you today.
And what I'm hearing everybody else say, correct me if I'm wrong, is you're using it only for very conservative people. You're not using it for
the risk assist. The risk assist, I use it just for very conservative people. The real spend, I'll use it for you know, it depends on the client and their needs, but especially if it's like lower amounts of money, I don't mind using the real spend. If it's a higher amount of money, I'll allocate it in different areas and with Gentry and other stuff, but that's about it.
Also, mostly qualified money. I don't think I have anybody in non-qualified money in Horizon.
Yeah, I don't.
Right, because you can't
Yeah, mine's
control when
qualified.
they empty and okay.
Yeah.
But there,
And who do you pair it with, if anybody?
You can't.
you
Real
can't.
spend, you don't.
Okay.
I mean, you can, just not in the same sleeve.
Just not in the same
Horizon
account,
is
right? But
yeah,
because if you're saying that you use it for only conservative people, I mean, I guess what I'm saying is, do you use something else, be it an annuity, be it Dana, or be anybody else in a similar for their whole, not in that account, but for their whole portfolio? Do you put it
For
all in
me,
there,
I
just
will say
let them control the mechanics?
I think that the clients that I have don't have enough money to justify having something like an annuity or another pretty conservative product, so they're all in Horizon. But I like the 3 people that are in real spend, they have under 200,000. So this is not quite enough to do something else.
I was just looking at. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. You go. I was done.
I was just looking at the client I have in real spend. It's like 400,000 year to date, 13.8% return. And I put them in real spend 6 just so that it would be more aggressive, knowing that they've got 3 years of 6%. 6% of their value. They got 3 years of that in reserves that is in money, right? It's in cash equivalents. So I really like their thought process that, and probably, if I had more people that were looking to take distributions from their managed account, I'd probably use it more just because of the being able to put it on autopilot. You never have to sell low. They're always buying high. And like Steve said, they do it and you don't have to worry about it.
So what's keeping you from using them more?
I just said, if I had more people that were taking distributions, at a rate that made their longevity suspect, then, but I don't have anybody right now that's taking income distributions at that rate from their managed account funds.
So this one account put in 96,000. It's in real spend 4. She's got 118,000 now, and she takes out I think she's like 250 a month, and her year to date is 11.66.
There you go.
It's hard, it's like, okay, it proved it against me.
And she started with how much?
96,000.
Okay. Go ahead, Vlad. You guys pipe up here. Go.
The question I have, neither I heard came out with similar stuff. Anybody looked into that? Where they do spend model?
Who came out with it?
Meter?
Oh, Meter.
Yes, I have one client in the Meter portfolio, and it is similar, but when the wholesaler from Meter did the meeting with us, I remember thinking that Horizon was still doing it better. Meter's strategy is more aggressive. They're not using fixed income as part of, they're using all equities, 100% equities, and not as aggressive as, Horizon is not as aggressive as Meter is. I don't remember a whole bunch more than that, but I remember thinking that their
cost is higher too. Yeah, the cost is higher, and they don't have the cash component to it.
Emily, who is your wholesaler? Emma, I'm sorry.
At Meter, a guy named Will, I think Will Hawes.
Yeah, I've got a meeting with him today. So
Yeah, you can go learn all about it and then tell us what all the things I forgot.
Well,
I think
today's a client meeting, so hopefully it goes incredibly well.
Yeah.
I thought Will did a really good job. I will tell you.
Good.
I thought that he was very. The
Good.
reason
I
I asked
haven't.
if you liked your wholesaler at Horizon is that my wholesaler at Horizon I would never put in front of a client ever, 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 ever.
Oh wow.
He
Saying something.
Well, hopefully Will does a good job. It's my first meeting with him because my other guy left Meter. So
Yeah, I liked Will. I thought that he was very polished and professional, and yet not too technical.
good.
I think Meter, what they do is they have like 5 of their own portfolios, like 5 mutual funds, and then they just switch, 100% equity and 100% bonds and everything in between around inside of there, depending on how risk on they are.
Right. Mine's on a customized SMA portfolio today for tax loss harvesting. So
750,000 minimum, right?
right.
I've
That's how
got
you
one I
get
just
those
submitted for 650 because they said they're talking about dropping that down to 500,000. So don't discount sending something in less than 750.
Right. Yeah, you can get exceptions. They do give exceptions. So yeah, just
Especially if it's
ask. I mean,
cash.
the worst they can say is no.
Right.
Especially if it's cash.
I'd recommend talking to your wholesaler first before you get pre-approval, and then they'll let you know if it's something they can do or not, depending on the underlying stocks, and then they'll give you the form and you can get it pre-approved to do the presentation.
For
Well,
the
that-
clients you
yeah.
use it for, they are so thankful and it's invaluable. So
Right. So cross your fingers for me. Say a prayer.
Amen, brother.
Hey, good talk this morning. This really good information. Rebecca would love to hear back from you after you go to Horizon, or if you meet somebody that you want to put on the air, that would be good as well.
definitely. Yeah, they may do a better job.
Yeah.
Be good.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And you guys all have a great personality too, by the way.
Not near as
Thanks,
good as yours, Kylie. I mean, Kylie, you've got the ultimate personality.
Mm-hmm.
He's just you gotta be gentle with him. He's really worried about James Madison.
That's a football team, people playing the Ducks,
Oh, sorry.
right?
Yes. So for those of you not in tune, Texas Tech got a bye for the first week of the playoffs because we were in the top 4. Oregon, sadly, was in 5th place, so they are on they have to play the first week, but they do play the number 12, which they shouldn't have been in anyway. So, in my humble opinion,
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to be nominated.
There you go. Just happy to be here. Hope you can help the ball club.
Y'all are crazy.
All right. Y'all have a great day.